Hey guys, Roy Edwards here with Capital Presence. Today on the Online Academy, I'm going to be talking to you about introduction to hub sites. This is something that I've gotten a lot of questions about, so I decided to make a video. Instead of trying to explain hub sites through an email chat or via social in 140 characters, I'm going to go ahead and do it through a quick video for you guys. So getting started with sites and hub sites within SharePoint Online. So as always, a quick recap. Office.com is your landing page for all things O365. That includes SharePoint. You can favorite your sites within your SharePoint. You can create collaboration through team sites and communication sites. And so one step further past that favoriting and team sites and communication sites is the grouping of these sites together, and that's where hub sites come in. So accessing the admin area, that's where we're going to start. So you go to either the waffle or the apps and you select admin. So we're not going to go into SharePoint yet. We're going to go into the admin. From the admin portion of the app, you're going to select SharePoint. Um, if you don't see the SharePoint administrative area, click Show More or Show All Admin Areas on the left, and then you're going to click SharePoint in the admin centers. If you don't see the admin centers or you don't have access to this, that's just because this is an administrative action. So you will need to be an admin in order to take these steps. So then we're going to go into the active sites area. This will again be on the left side of your SharePoint administrative portal. So you'll have to click the drop down for sites, select active sites, and then again, only SharePoint admins will be able to access this area. So if you're not an admin, you can stop the video, or if you just want to learn about it and you want to tell your admin about this, keep on going. But you do have to have administrative portal access. So creating a hub site. So now that you're in the active sites, you'll be able to see all of the communication and team sites that you have. So you want to find the site that you want to make a hub site. Here I've selected sandbox.test. So you want to highlight it. You'll see the blue check mark next to it. Select hub. It'll have a drop down. If it's not already a hub site, you'll see register to a hub site, associate with a hub site. If it is already a hub site, you'll see deregister, and so that's what you would want to do if you wanted to remove it as a hub site. So next, now you would have selected it as a hub site. So what does this all mean, right? What is a hub site? So hub sites are a way to group sites together, and you'll be able to discover related content such as news and other site activities. So you'll be able to group news across multiple site collections and multiple site team sites and communication sites. You can apply common navigation and branding to the site structure as well as like uh, you know logos, color schemes, etc. And most importantly, you'll be able to search across all associated sites, which is really cool. A little more about some benefits, added benefits to hub sites. So you have a news roll-up web part. So at the hub sites, you'll be able to post news throughout all of the team sites and communication sites. Um, you can associate sites, so you can have multiple sites that all have the same type of information. You can highlight content. You can pull up events. Uh, One of the things that we use it for is for for sales, for instance, or our dev team. If we have multiple clients that all have their own team site, we'll have the top level tech division as the hub site, associate all the clients uh, with that top level hub site, and then you'll have a list of all your clients in one hub site. So instead of having to find the associated team sites, you have them all in one place, sort of like a clients list where you can go into it. An important note here, hub sites don't have anything to do with security. So the sites associated with a SharePoint hub site, they don't inherit the permissions of the hub site or any of the other sites associated with it. So each site will still maintain their own permissions. This does not force inherited permissions. So that is something to keep in mind. So now you have a hub site. You can track information, change and display news, events, associated sites easily. You can brand for the universal top navigation easily, push logos across, have that universal navigation at the top. And then once you have a hub site, you can easily disassociate it, and it's none of this is permanent. So you can, which I'm going to about to go over here in a second, and show you how you can easily create, associate, and disassociate hub sites. So let's do that now. So first, this is the SharePoint Administrative Center. So here I will show you how to go into the active sites. I'm going to pull up Sandbox. I'll select it. I'll go to Hub. I've already made it a hub site, but I can unregister it as a hub site. I'm gonna hit OK. It's updating the status. And then once it's completed, I'm gonna go back in, re-register it. So I'll say, you know what, actually I did want to register this as a hub site. I can change the name if I wanted to. So if I wanted to remove that dot and just make it test hub, I can also add people who can associate it with this hub. So if I only wanted members of a certain team to be able to use this, I could do that. So I could add, Carl to say, hey, you know what, he's somebody within that administrative panel. Maybe he's a designer or something like that. Maybe he is the point of contact for this specific hub group of sites. I could add him as an approved person who can associate. I'm going to remove that for right now. Hit save. And so now it is ready. If I wanted to associate anything else, I could do that. So I could say hub associate with a hub, and then it'll give me a choice drop down of which hub sites that I would want. But I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to show you how you can do it in the browser. So I'm going to go into uh, another team site. So this is a team site that Tara has created, a member of our group. And so if I wanted to associate this with that hub site we just created, then I can go into the gear. I can go into site information, and then we have all of the same. So this is where she named it. This is type of site, and then now you'll see this other area, hub site association. So if I clicked that, now we see that hub site test hub, and when I hit save, notice like a couple things that change here. Um, Immediately you'll see, well, once it goes through the save, immediately you're going to see a top navigation that is going to be put on. So that is one major change. And then the color scheme didn't change for this one yet, but if we were to go into the sandbox test and we were to go into and set our color scheme here, so if we wanted to do, if I were to go in hub site settings here in the gear, then I can upload a picture if I wanted to. So I'll go ahead and upload I'll upload my headshot. There's me. And I can apply these site designs across the board, and then I can set any type of top navigation type of things that I wanted to. So I'm going to save that as the logo. These are just some of the things that we can do. I'll go back into the hub site now and show you one more thing. So this is the hub site now, and so I'll show you, I'll edit this, and then I'll show you that associated hub site that, so we'll go ahead and add that down here. We'll hit add. We're just going to do one column. We'll add this, and then there is an area called, uh, there's the highlighted content for hub sites, but the one that I wanted to show you is sites. Whoops, I had it. There we go. So here you'll be able to see anything that is associated with a with this hub site. So I'm going to go ahead and republish, and Tara's test, since we associated with this, should show up. Yeah, so it should show up here, all sites in the hub as one of the selections. And so you can change however many you want to show. So we'll say, 2, and then once you make that selection and we be able to republish, it should show up. It's possible that it's just taking some time to process this system as to the selection of the hub site, but that is how eventually it would show up there, Terra's site that we connected previously. So let me just go back into Terra's real quick, make sure that the site information took, because it's possible that it didn't. Um, nope, but it did. So it's just probably just taking its time going through the system. Nothing's immediate in SharePoint, unfortunately. It's eventual consistency. So, but that it does give you some um, a little bit of added flexibility for hub sites. So within the hub site sandbox, you'll be able to see that will be Terra's, that where it says site name. That'll be Terra sites. We'll be able to easily get to it. And then for the news, if you posted any news here in Terra's site, which I do know that that'll work. So I'll do this real quick. Um, Interact. Here we go. Add new post. And anytime I added any type of news here, I'll go ahead and post the news. That news would then flow up to the hub site as well. So then it shows that it's saved. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, it's posting. I don't want to learn anymore. And once the news posts, then that news would then trickle up to the hub site as well. So you'd have a bunch of different information from all of the associated sites underneath that hub site. So that is what hub sites are. It's a new classification of sites. It's not a new type of site. So it's not, when you're creating a site, you don't create it as a hub site. You would still create it as a team site or a communication site. This is taking some time, so I won't bore you guys. But that is how you would associate something with a hub site and how you create a hub site. It's still either going to be a team site or a communication site. It's just basically turning on added features. There used to be a limit to how many hub sites you could have per domain. It was 100. That has since been increased. I believe it is 1,000 now. Don't quote me on that, as that is a new release from Microsoft. But it is no longer that 100. Whereas before you could only have 100, and there we're hitting, especially when you got into some larger organizations, you ran into that buffer kind of quickly. Um, but that's no longer a problem. So, as always, if you do have any questions, you can give us a shout. You can email us at support@capitalpresence. You can go on the social medias. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter at Capital Presence. You're already on our YouTube. That's how you found us. And we do have a YouTube as well where you'll be able to watch all of our SharePoint training videos. So, if you, until next time, guys, hope this was an informative answer to what hub sites are. Really, they're just there to grab as much information as possible and kind of work as a way to get all of those different collaboration areas, team sites, and communication sites into one area where your team can work on them. So until next time, thanks.